everybody, and welcome back to the Eating Good Pod. I'm Sam.
I'm Marisol.
I'm Oscar.
I'm David.
And on this podcast, we go to new restaurants every week, rate the food, and then talk about whatever's going on in our lives. This week, Marisol had the choice of restaurant.
This week, I was feeling a little Mexican food, but not Mexican. I was feeling like, American Mexican. So I chose Blackbird Burritos. Blackbird Burrito. Our signature burrito creations are a culinary masterpiece, carefully crafted to delight your taste buds. Each one tells a story of a flavor and innovation, with combinations that will leave you craving for more. It was a bougie Taco Bell.
Yeah, so Blackbird Burrito is located inside of Woodland's Backyard, which is like a bar that also has games. So they have bowling, they have like basketball, like the one from Chuck E. Cheese.
They have pinball machines too.
And yes, and then they have an outdoor area where they have like sand volleyball courts. So I was surprised when you picked that, but it was cool to see.
I didn't know this place existed. I wonder how I would do if I played volleyball while I was drunk.
How did you hear about it?
I saw it on TikTok, and some guy recommended it.
He probably plays volleyball.
Maybe, probably. We should play volleyball.
I don't know about that.
I don't know how to play volleyball.
Well, we could learn.
I get scared.
Of what?
The ball.
Yeah.
Hitting your face?
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, and that's okay.
I scream when it comes towards me.
Oh, no.
You don't want to play with me.
I'm signing us up.
No, we need to play pickleball is what we need to do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
All of you are getting into running, and I'm like, what happened to pickleball?
True.
Well, now the weather's getting nicer.
And spike ball. We had that boy for like 2 years.
Bruh, yes, I paid for the spike ball. Well, my company
Your
paid for the
company.
spike ball, and I have not used it.
Also, I feel like we all have our own sets of
Pickleball
Pickleball
stuff
paddles.
Now. Yeah.
but we haven't gone
No.
as a full unit.
And it's perfect because we wouldn't have to play with random people if we have four, at
Yeah.
least four.
We should do a picnic day.
And we'll actually play spike ball this time.
Yeah. I need a heads up just so I can review the rules. I feel like they're not that hard.
Of spike ball?
Yeah.
Well, I've never played, so we're going to have to learn them.
Yeah. So I'm like, I want to study up so I can be a good teacher. But I mean, the rules are pretty simple and it's just kind of getting into the flow of it, but super fun once you got it down.
I wish we had our own court for pickleball.
I know.
I know.
It's gonna
That's
be
the
so
thing.
hard.
I hate having to go to like the public courts and
Like,
wait
sure.
your turn. Should we get back to the food?
Yeah.
I can go first. So I actually started with chips and guac so that we could share. I actually really liked the guac. It was kind of similar to the guac that I make, I feel. Like it tasted similar.
It tasted fresh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like they made it today.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I think guac is probably always made fresh when it's at a restaurant.
They give you a brown.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
Because guac turns brown very quickly.
But yeah, it tasted like homemade, not
Mm-hmm.
like cookie cutter restaurant style.
The packaged one.
Yeah.
Oh, packaged ones. Those,
Ooh.
they're just suspicious to me because I'm like, how are you surviving this
Yeah, how are
long?
you not brown? And they're like almost like a super bright green.
Yeah, and they're like too blended. There's like, this one had chunks in it, which I like when it's a little, not too
Chunky.
many chunks, but like not super
Yeah.
liquidy smooth.
Yeah.
It was a mixture. Chunk and then parts not chunk.
I'm gonna give the guac and chips an 8 out of 10. They did good.
I agree.
Yeah. Same.
I'll give it a 7. I wish there was a little more lime. I know that was in my power. I had 2 limes on my thing, but I would have just liked a little bit more lime. But yeah, it was very fresh, and I think it had a nice little touch of salt.
Okay, and for my entree, I got the Crunch Wrap, which is very similar to Taco Bell's Crunch Wrap. So it was a grilled flour tortilla filled with rice, your choice of meat, crispy tostada, pico de gallo, cheese, lettuce, and Fantasma sauce. And I got marinated steak as my meat. Marisol, you also got this?
Yeah, except I did the beef birria, which came with the side of consomme. Is that what it's called?
I always guess.
Yeah,
Consomme.
yeah, consomme, I think.
Yeah.
It was okay. It wasn't my favorite for me. I think there was a lot of rice in it, and it definitely, they gave us salsas on the side, and it definitely needed salsa because it was like pretty dry without it. But I didn't give a ton of salsa, so it was fine.
I actually enjoyed mine. The beef birria itself it was very tasty. Like it tasted like beef birria. And I guess what I liked about mine is I had the side of consomme, so I was able to like either dip my crunch wrap or like pour it over my crunch wrap as every bite I took. So I like that because I'm a saucy girl. I like to dip my food in something.
I think that's what made yours better is you did have that liquid to kind of make it not so dry versus mine. I just had a limited amount of salsa and it was pretty dry.
The consomme was really good and it was a little bit spicy too, which I liked.
What are you going to rate it?
I'm going to give mine an 8 out of 10.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm giving mine a 5. Oscar, what did you get?
So I got their SoCal fries. It was a bowl that had a bottom layer of fries, and then they put everything else on top. So my order came with birria, pinto beans, salsa verde, a cilantro vinaigrette, some fajitas, shredded cheese, a pico de gallo, cilantro, jalapeno, pickled red onion, and guac. And then I also got a side of their salsa brava, which was a red salsa, and then a side of their sour cream. When I got my bowl, I was not excited for it. I didn't think there was that many fries, and everything else that was on top, it just didn't look like it would get me full. But once I started eating it, I realized it was a lot more food than I was expecting. There was a ton of fries at the bottom, and there was a good amount of meat at the bottom as well. And the birria worked really well with everything because since I had so many toppings, I had so many flavors, the birria and the fries did stand out, which I did like. I'm actually going to give my meal an 8.5 out of 10. Once it was all mixed up and I got to the fries and the meat, I was like, oh, this is really good. Their side of salsa brava wasn't my favorite. I think it's just whatever pepper they put in there. I don't like that specific pepper. It wasn't very spicy, and I think that was supposed to be their spiciest sauce, which was okay. I mean, I ended up eating it anyway. The sour cream, I'm glad I got it on the side. I do that when I go to Chipotle too. I always have to get it on the side because if it's on it, it's just, you can't control if it's too much or too little.
Or if it's like in one spot as opposed to like throughout the whole burrito.
So overall, yeah, I really liked it. I wasn't sure how the fries would combine with all those flavors because, you know, they're like flavors you think of like a burrito, the crunch wrap. But the fries actually did work out. I wasn't mad that there was no rice. So I actually would get that again.
Nice. David, what did you get?
All right. I was like, let me go classic and do a burrito. I was like, let's see what the tortilla is hitting for. So I got the burrito, but instead of rice, I went with the fries. I don't know why. Like,
you got fries inside the burrito?
In the burrito as like the starch component as opposed to the rice. I wish I could have done half and half. I think that would be my preference, but I think the fries helped to differentiate it in my head from like a Chipotle thing. So like it was its own thing there. I got the birria, pinto beans, salsa verde, salsa brava, salsa fantasma, which was like an orange spicy creamy sauce, I guess. The cilantro vinaigrette, the fajita veggies, shredded cheese, lettuce, pico de gallo, cilantro, jalapeno, red onion, and cotija cheese. They're like, you can choose up to 8 toppings. I went with all 8, you know, like I was loading up this burrito, and I will say it did come really loaded up. Like
it was the size of a small baby.
Huge.
It was huge, and I didn't notice it at first when I was like eating it from the top, but towards the end, because it was so big, it wasn't really wrapped that great, and so it did fall apart, and I had to use a fork and knife. But I'm just glad that it didn't skimp. You know, it was a very healthy serving, and if you know you ask for a lot of things, they're gonna give you a lot. Couldn't imagine doing like double meat or anything because the birria was spread throughout. Like I got it in pretty much every bite, so I was very happy about that.
Nice.
I would have wanted consomme, but I didn't even like think about that. I was just like, I think they probably threw some juice in there. That's why it was so juicy. But I think the salsas were tasty. I think they were all a little bit different, and they all kind of came together. I will say, I don't know if it's like my favorite burrito that I've had, but I think you got the job done. The fries were a nice little difference. I wish they were a little crispier, but that's just me. I'm going to give it a 7.5. I'd eat it again, but I don't know if I'd go out of my way for this burrito.
Right.
But that Crunchwrap Supreme that y'all got, that looked really good.
It looked really good.
So I might have to double back on that.
I've never got a crunch wrap before. but I
Yeah,
always
me
see it
neither.
in Taco Bell, and
Really?
everyone's always so
Yeah.
obsessed with it. So I mean, I guess I've never had the Taco Bell one, so it's hard to say. But I wish like Blackbird was like out here.
Mm-hmm.
It feel like I'd love to eat it like after a night out.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
like it would
it,
hit the spot.
Like you'd like a closer
Like a-
location.
Yeah.
Because it's not that far still, but
yeah,
it is
it's like
you
a
have to
little
drive
drive.
there.
there.
Yeah. I will say, like the ones that you guys ordered were like very thick and like
Mhm.
like
They
you get
were
the Taco Bell
filled.
ones. They're like
They're
nice and, it's like
thin.
mostly tortilla. So this one just looks really good because
Yeah,
it was just like
loaded.
loaded up.
Yeah.
It looked nice and crispy.
Yeah, like it looked like it was ready to pop open.
Mhm.
The tortilla itself too was really nice. Like it reminded me of Chipotle tortilla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought
that's what
the
it looked
tortilla was
like.
pretty good too.
I don't think it tasted like a Chipotle tortilla.
I feel like they're a little different.
I didn't care for the tortilla much. I think that's why I also didn't like it that much overall. I'm very picky about flour tortillas.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I love
Chipotle's is like
flour.
perfect, but this
Mhm.
one wasn't that.
David, so do you think your burrito would have been better if it had rice instead of fries?
Maybe like if the only feedback I would say if you could do like half and half for like the bases,
Yeah.
that would have been because normally I'm a half and half like beans even. Like I had to choose between the refried or the black beans, and I'm always like, let me get a little bit of both.
Yeah.
That'd probably be the only change I would make. But did any of you guys get the rice?
They did.
It
Yeah,
was
right.
in the crunch wrap.
It was like
Yeah,
it was like orange rice, right?
Yeah.
It looked pretty good. But yeah, if I go back, I'd probably try it with the rice as opposed to the fries.
See, with my dish, the fries were soggy as well, but it actually worked out because I got the birria, and so it was right on top of it. So it was
Mhm.
kind of like
Soaked it all up.
yeah, it soaked it
Mhm.
all up, and yeah, with the fries being at the bottom, you had to get whatever was on top of it. So you were never just eating a plain fry. It was fries with whatever else I was getting on my fork.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if even making them crunchy would have made it better. I think these worked better soggy.
Mm-hmm.
Would you guys go back?
For the crunch wrap, for sure. I think I would give that a good shot. Get some consomme on the side, and because I thought the birria itself was pretty good.
I go back because my birria crunch wrap was really good.
I did really like the birria meat. I would probably go back to get a drink, but not necessarily to get food.
Hmm.
Well, yeah. Well, you'd go back
Yeah.
for the bar then. You
Yeah.
wouldn't
Yeah.
go back to this food place.
Yeah.
I would if I passed it by and I wanted like some Taco Bell food, but not really Taco Bell.
I mean, honestly, if I was in the mood for that kind of food, I would just go to Chipotle.
I was going to
Mhm.
say, if I want something this style food, I will always just go to Chipotle. So I
Yeah.
don't really see myself going back.
Yeah.
I wish Chipotle had a crunch wrap
I
That would be
know.
good.
because I just
Well,
feel
they
like
have, like,
burrito
quesadilla.
it's huge.
Yeah.
Like it just
Mhm.
seems intimidating. But a crunch wrap, I feel like would hit the spot.
Yeah, I think that's like their only advantage. Well, not that is their one advantage over Chipotle that they offer that.
Mm-hmm.
I would say even I probably wouldn't even compare this place to Chipotle as much as I would compare it to like Moe's. I feel like it's a little more Americanized.
Mm-hmm.
Like the flour tortilla gives me that Moe's vibe, and then you can get a bunch of toppings like at Moe's. Like it's all.
I've never been to Moe's.
It's
I think I've been maybe one. No, maybe not. Maybe thinking of Qdoba.
I mean, because the only thing it really makes me think of Moe's is because they offer more salsas than Chipotle does.
yeah, like a lot of salsas. They have like 8 or 12 options, like something crazy.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, their tomatillo green salsa
Bussin'.
bussin'. I always get extra and on the side.
Let's say,
Mhm.
didn't you used to go to Moe's a lot?
Moe's Monday.
Most Monday. That's the only time it made sense. Because what was the thing? They would give you something for free.
You get the chips for free.
Oh.
They would like if you got a burrito, they would just put it in a bag of chips and give you that. And you got a drink as well.
I was gonna say the drink too. So it was like a meal for the price of just the burrito.
Yeah, like a combo for just the entree.
Nice.
Right.
Price of
make
the
it-
entree.
They
Is-
still do that?
Yeah, on Mondays.
And then is Moe's the one that you can get free guac and free queso as just as part of the burrito? I know Qdoba does that. Like they don't charge you extra unless you get like a lot of guac or something.
I think the guac is. I think you still have to pay for the queso
Okay.
because I'm pretty sure they expanded their variety.
Most queso is pretty good. It's runny, very different, but it's tasty. I like it.
You got queso here.
Oh, I did.
What did you think of
Yeah,
it?
what's the verdict?
It was alright, honestly. I wouldn't get it again.
It was
Yes.
such a little portion size.
Yeah,
as well.
it was a little portion size. I was hoping it was a little bit more spicier, but it wasn't. It was just cheese, honestly.
Mhm.
Probably
Yeah.
wouldn't get it again.
They threw one jalapeno on top.
They
I
threw
feel
one
like a little
jalapeno.
pepper. Yeah.
But yeah, it was like a little sauce container of queso, like not a full portion.
like a little
I was
Yeah.
expecting it to be like the size of the guac.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's what I was expecting too.
You live and you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's time for
Guess that movie.
Oops.
That's more like it. All right. So I thought I had the week off, but I guess I had to come up with a movie. I'm not sure if y'all have seen it. I really hope you guys have, but I'm also hoping that the description stumps you guys a little bit. In the British countryside, a prison camp suppresses the main cast by overworking them and getting rid of anyone who slacks off. When an American crashes the camp, the community thinks he is their ticket to escape. The American leads the training for the master escape plan, but he ends up leaving the camp on his own the day before the plan is executed. It is at this point where his true identity is revealed, and the community realizes he hasn't been honest about his abilities and background. Outside of the camp, after discovering the villain's plan, the American returns because he wants to save them from being executed for profit by said villain. So he returns, defeats the villain with their own death machine, and helps the group escape to live happily ever after on their own island.
Luna's distracting me.
British, you say?
Hmm?
Did you say British?
Yeah,
British.
they're mostly
British, you
British.
say?
It's not Captain America.
But the hero per se is American. Infiltrates. I really want to rewatch this movie, actually.
I'm probably wrong.
Bro, Oscar got it.
What?
Oh,
Dude,
shit.
Oscar got it.
Wow.
Okay, I'm glad the description,
I've never seen this movie, but I was like, I think
Like,
I
it
know
could
it
be.
is. Yeah.
Marisol, it is not Pirates in the Caribbean.
Have you ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
I think so. I don't remember what happens, but
British.
aren't they British?
I guess that's a good guess. British.
Can you reread it?
Yeah.
Yes. Also,
But I need Luna to not distract me.
Yeah, Luna, you guessed too.
I don't know what she wants.
She wants to be bad as hell.
She wants snacks, probably. But you don't get snacks if you be bad.
She just hates when we're in here. She doesn't want us to
Yeah,
have
I wonder
fun.
what it is. She's like, you guys are podcasting again.
Okay.
Luna down.
Luna down.
Luna down. She's like, Pop's got to tell me.
She's like, you're not my dad. Freaking noodlehead. Okay, read the description
Yeah.
again.
Okay. In the British countryside, a prison camp suppresses the main cast by overworking them and getting rid of anyone who slacks off. When an American crashes the camp, the community thinks he is their ticket to escape. The American leads the training for the master escape plan, but he leaves the camp on his own the day before the plan is executed, and it is at this point that his true identity is revealed, and the community realizes he hasn't been completely honest about his abilities and background. After the American hero discovers the villain's plan to execute the community for profit, he returns, defeats the villain with their own death machine, and helps the group escape and live happily ever after on their own island.
I don't know. I literally don't know what it is.
You got it.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
I have like no idea what it is. Have I seen this, you think?
Oscar said he hadn't seen it. Like I said, I don't know if
feel
it's
like it was kind of a popular movie, like when we were younger.
growing up.
Yeah.
Have you seen
That's
it?
a hint.
I seen it, and the only reason why I thought about it is because they came out with the sequel
Recently.
and I watched it like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might have seen it on TV if it was just on the channel.
Yeah, I feel like back in the day it was a very much it was aired a good amount. A good background movie, I guess. I watched it a couple of times. I know I like it. I think like Cito and me and Carlos and them. So I know they've seen it, I think. But I don't know if you guys have.
Oscar,
specifically.
you've never seen it?
Not all the way through. I've seen like bits and pieces.
Like scenes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it a cartoon?
It's animated.
It's animated, but it's like
It's like
specific type of
Play-Doh-y.
animation.
Yeah.
You said
It's claymation. It's claymation.
Claymation.
Which I think is like a pretty big hint.
Yeah.
Would it be like the Nightmare Before Christmas?
No.
That's the same type of animation though, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Because he
But it's-
pretends to be Santa.
It's not that one, but in that claymation world.
Coraline. I'm just gonna name every claymation.
Right there. Not Coraline.
It's definitely not.
It's
Coraline.
from when we were like much younger.
Year 2000 was when it came out.
I don't know if I'm gonna get it because it's not ringing any bells still.
All right, I tried to be vague about the cast. Is not
animals. I'm
yeah,
assuming.
they're not humans.
That's what I thought already.
Yeah. Okay.
Claymation with animals,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not based on a TV show or anything.
No,
And there was a sequel that came out recently,
like
Mm-hmm.
end of last year, actually.
and it's also claymation.
Mm-hmm.
I think it dropped on Netflix, so I don't think it got like too much like promo or anything, like in commercials or anything.
And I don't have access to Netflix anymore.
Rip.
Do we have a button that goes like,
Thanks, Netflix.
Think I'm gonna have to give up. I don't think I know it.
The villain's a human.
So it's like animals versus humans. And their main plan to escape is through flight. They want to fly out of the camp.
Maybe she hasn't seen it.
Yeah,
I feel like she probably hasn't.
Yeah.
All right, should I reveal?
Are
Yeah.
you giving up?
Yeah.
Okay, it is Chicken Run,
Oh.
which is like
Yeah.
I watched it a
would've
couple
never
times.
gotten that.
Yeah.
Have you
But do you know
watched
what
it?
movie it is? Like,
I know
hearing
that
that-
they're ugly looking chickens.
Yeah.
Right, the little clay chickens.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's goofy.
because I was thinking, oh, it's like an internment camp or something, and then
Right.
I was thinking, wait a minute, chickens are cooped up. It's probably that chicken movie.
Yeah.
So I had to look up the name.
When you said camp, I was like, is it a Holocaust movie?
Yeah.
That's right.
I was
it's
like
in
the
that
boy in the
British
striped pajamas.
countryside.
Dude, crazy
I
movie.
forgot what part
Heck yeah.
of what you said was like, wait, is it Chicken Run? It's when you said British and then like an American came or something like
It's
that.
like crashed the
Yeah,
camp.
crashed,
It's
and
till
I was
he
like,
landed.
Are those chickens like, do they speak? Like, do they have an
Yeah, they
accent?
do. I think that's
They
the other
just-
thing that got it to me. I'm like, I remember those chickens speaking proper.
It's like I don't even remember, but that was just like in the Wikipedia. That's how they
Yeah.
described it. And I was like, oh, as a kid, I just thought they were funny sounding chickens, but they were just British.
So wait, what's the premise of the story? Like an American chicken lands in a British chicken?
So the American chicken is part of some troop where they like cannonball chickens.
I think it's like a circus or
Like,
something.
yeah, like that type of thing.
Yeah.
And so his act is he gets shot out of a cannon. But since he crash lands in this camp,
In a chicken farm.
in a chicken farm, they're like, holy cow, this chicken knows how to fly. He's going to teach us how to get out of here and fly. And his wing is like hurt. And so they help heal him up and they hide him from the people looking for him. And in exchange, he's like training them supposedly to.
on how to fly.
But that's why he leaves, because he feels bad about it. He's like, dude, I'm a fake. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
And so it isn't until the owners of the camp farm, I guess, buy like a pie making machine. They're going to make chicken pot pies and sell them.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he sees the billboards, like, oh, the Tweeties pot pie, he's like, oh, all my friends are going to get made into pies. So then he goes back.
All my friends are dead.
All my friends are dead. And so they build the plane somehow, like everyone
Yeah.
at the camp, and they start flying out and they're holding onto the cables. And the owner, she's like, also spoiler
Hanging-
alert, because I'm giving the whole movie.
You might
She's
want to know, and I'm never gonna watch it.
chasing them with an axe, and she's also like
Hanging on from a string from
hanging
the
on,
airplane.
and they get her off of it, and she falls into the pie machine and gets
Oh.
turned
She
into a
turns
pie.
into a pie.
Shit.
Oh,
Justice. So her death machine is just the pie making machine.
interesting.
And then I guess they
Good
make it
movie.
to Sanctuary Island and live happily
Mhm.
ever after. And I have to see the
And
second one. I haven't seen
second
it.
movie is when like the two main characters like have a baby,
Oh.
and she's very adventurous, and they won't let her leave the island.
Mm.
Well,
I have to
I
watch
won't
both.
spoil it.
Well, I'm not gonna watch it.
It's just like
For
a
the
funny,
listeners.
goofy movie to watch. Just,
Yeah, I never liked the animation of that movie, which I think is another thing that put me off
Mhm.
to not wanting to watch it.
It's like so different.
I like it, but every time I watch movies like that, I'm like, damn, it must have taken them forever to just do this one clip.
I actually just recently watched Coraline, and that's another movie. I'm like, I don't like the animation on it, but I know it's a popular movie. I had to watch it at least once.
So one random thing that I read is like the claymation world is kind of like in shambles because I think they're running out of clay
Oh,
for all their scenes. And so I think that director who does all those movies, I think it's like doing his like last hurrahs. So I don't know if maybe the Chicken Run.
What do you
Maybe.
mean? They can't just go buy more clay,
I don't know. I guess it's a specific type of clay or something.
and it can't be made more.
I guess.
Probably takes time.
Maybe
And-
he's just retiring.
Maybe. But I think that also, since it's like you have to make a clay for every single scene.
Yeah.
So I think they just like cook through it. Sad.
Yeah, I wonder how much time it takes. Like, and is it worth it? All the
Yeah.
time spent.
When I was in high school, my freshman year, I took a video class, and one of our projects was to make a claymation.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do a snake game, and so I got red, white, and green clay, and then I was making it do like a snake.
Blush.
But then I realized this was too hard because if I move one, I have to move the rest. And instead, I just made all the clays the same color, because then all I had to do was move the last one to the front.
I lied. I just saw an article that said they bought the factory and so now they're fine.
The clay
The-
factory?
Clay factory.
Yeah, the Aardman Animations who make this movie, I guess, bought
I
the
was gonna-
Lewis New Plas material, and now they're just because they were saying the Wallace and Gromit movie coming out was the last one, but
Mm.
He's
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems like a fixable problem to
Right.
get more clay.
Now they're rolling in it.
there's absolutely no need to worry, says the production company.
Well, that's what David was doing. He
Right,
was
I'm over
worried.
here
David was stressed.
scaring everyone. Don't get too invested in claymation. We're almost done, but we're fine. We're fine now.
For all the rest of time, there will never be more clay. Pottery makers don't exist.
I'm glad at least someone got it because I was worried that I was the only person who had seen it.
Yeah, I know. I had no idea that was the plot. It was very interesting to hear. Will I watch it? No. What topics do we have for today? Do we want to give a mouse update?
Yeah, I want to hear an update on your situation.
Oh,
So I think the last time we talked on the pod, we actually recorded that episode like 2 weeks ago.
Mm.
So it's been a while since we told you guys about the mice that were taking over our lives. We have since taken action,
mm-hmm.
and our lives have improved greatly.
Yay.
Because I think last we talked, we hadn't gotten any sort of like tool to catch or kill or do anything with the mice.
Mm.
And you guys were telling us to contact our landlord, which we did not do still.
It's like matters into our own hands.
Yeah,
What
it
is
was
it?
me versus the mice.
We had discovered that the mice were running around all our shelves,
Mm-hmm.
peeing and pooping and peeing.
And
Mhm.
eating and pooping.
Pee-pee
Eating and
poo-poo.
pooping and peeing and pooping and
Pee pee poo
peeing.
poo
And
caca.
And crawling.
climbing like
And-
trapeze artists.
Well, we didn't know that
We
yet.
didn't
Oh.
realize the extent of it until we started looking into it, because they were going around the back of the shelves, and like the only reason I even thought of looking was because I looked at Luna's dog food bag, and on where the like bag folds, because it's a tall bag where the bag
Mhm.
folds, there was poop and pee on it. I'm like, how did they get on those folds and poop right there?
So I guess since then, there's a taller white shelf in our kitchen that had poop on the top shelf. And I'm like, somehow they're getting all the way up to this top shelf. And there was a bag of masa there that they had like ripped into, and that's what they were eating on that top
Oh.
shelf.
Damn.
So I
They
threw that
were
away.
bulking.
But it was like
Yeah.
so much poop on that shelf.
Yeah.
And we knew we had a problem, but we were both busy at work, so we didn't have time to deal with it until the weekend. But this was a Thursday night. Oscar was out at the run club
Yeah.
at like, and afterwards they do happy hours or they just like hang out at the bar. But I was at home,
Mm-hmm.
and I come down the stairs, and from our stairs, if you've ever been to my house before in Columbus, there's like a little peephole kind of. It's not a peephole. There's like a hole on the
Yeah.
stairs
Mhm.
in the wall that you can see into the kitchen.
It's like
meant to
part
be
of the
like
wall
that.
is like cut out. You
Part
know?
of the wall
Yeah.
is cut out so you can see into the kitchen from the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching a mouse crawling on the shelf. And so I started taking a video and I sent it to Oscar. And then I realized there was 2 mice crawling on the shelf. And I was like, oh my God, there's 2 of them. And I was sending Oscar updates this whole time from the bar. And I just kept watching them. I stood there for like 15 minutes just
Dang.
watching these mice. They were climbing, Oscar has this money tree plant. They literally were climbing up the branches of the money tree plant. They were like on top of everything. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. And I'm standing right here.
They didn't care.
They did
They
not
didn't
care.
see
And
you.
Like, we
I was
run
like,
this
they're getting
place.
so bold. And
Yeah.
then I saw a third mouse at the same time crawling up a shelf behind it. And this mouse was like parkour. So the shelf has like poles that are holding it up, and it was climbing up the poles, kind of like
A fireman. It looked like a fireman.
like a fireman.
In reverse.
Or like Mulan when they climb up the poles.
Yeah.
It was like that. And it was crazy because it went all the way up to like the 3rd shelf. I'm like, that is so high off the ground. Clearly they could reach any shelf they want to.
Right.
Dude, you would never think like how these mice get up there. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy because I saw it with my own eyes and I recorded it. And then it got to the 3rd shelf and it started going towards like where the bread was, and I didn't want to watch it eat the bread in front of my face. So I made a noise and I was like, hey, and this mice stopped and looked at me directly, and then it ran
Gave
away.
you the middle finger.
Dang.
And so then at that point I actually walked into the kitchen. Yeah, might as well have given me the middle finger.
Mooned you and ran.
I walked into the kitchen, and the one that was on that I just saw do the Mulan climb, it was still on the shelf, but it was like standing still because it didn't want me to see it, but its tail is dangling down. I'm
Right.
like, you're dumb as hell. I can see you.
You're
I
dumb
just
as
can't
hell.
catch you. I did wish I could just grab them with my bare hands.
With the tail,
That's
grab the tail.
gross.
And fling it around.
It was gross. They'd probably bite me, and they're faster than me, so
Yeah.
I don't think I would
Yeah.
have been able to.
Till
But
you
I
even
was
touch
so
'em.
angry at them.
Had we cleaned the masa up by then? Had you thrown it out?
I had thrown the masa away
Okay.
by then, but there was like still some of
Trails,
the
yeah.
powder on the
Yeah.
like the flour on the shelf.
Yeah, because previously we had threw away the masa, and I had put Luna's dog food into Ziploc bags. So, and put it in a higher like different locations so they couldn't reach it. And so I think that's why they got more bold, because they're like, our food source is gone. Now we got to look for something. And they're like looking around.
Mm-hmm.
So it was crazy when Sam was like, yeah, there was like 3 or 4 mice running around the kitchen.
Like, and I was in the kitchen
Yeah.
watching them. So then the one is hiding on the shelf. There's still the 2 on the white shelf. And I was like, how are they getting up and down from there? And I see to get down, we had a toaster on that shelf that was plugged into the wall, and they were climbing down the wire of the toaster to get down to the floor. And I'm like, this is insane. So I was texted Oscar like 10 different videos of these mice, and he's at the bar like not really responding. And then he responds and is like, this dude I'm talking to said to buy these mice traps, and it's like a link for Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
I immediately ordered 1-day delivery. They got there the next day. We started setting them up. I got 12 of these plastic mice traps that kill them. They're not humane. We have tried the humane route.
Yeah, she's like,
And they
I'm
come
back.
over it.
They
No.
come back.
over it.
At some point, me and David were the same thing. I was like, I give 0 fucks about these little bastards.
It's like you
Yeah.
catch 1 or 2, you're like, oh, they're so cute. Let's put them 2 miles away so that they won't come back. And then you get the second one, you're like, bro. And then on that 3rd or 4th one, you're like, fuck this.
Because
Yes.
I
Kill
think
them all.
I think they see their buddy in there, and they're like, I'm not going in there next time.
Yeah,
Probably,
so the
like,
humane
adapt.
mouse traps are like these little green tunnels that they crawl into, and then it just closes the door on them, and they're still alive. So you just drive them away. And we had caught like 2 or 3 mice that
Yeah.
way, but we were still seeing the mice like visibly. Like we'd walk
Mhm.
into the kitchen and you would see it scurry
Run,
out.
yeah.
So we're like, we know there's way more mice.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the amount of poop in the kitchen was crazy. That whole incident of me seeing 3 of them at the same time was crazy. And I was like,
Mhm.
I'm not playing any more games. I did send the videos to a couple of people, including my little sister, and she was like, okay, but it's kind of cute though. And
It was pretty cute.
And I sent it to my mom, and she said they want to cook.
Ratatouille.
Yeah, so
Let them cook.
that was pretty funny. But we got 12 mice traps. We set them up. Within an hour, we already killed 2.
Yeah.
Within an hour of setting them up.
I was taking a nap, and I just hear snap, and I'm like, whoa.
Oh, so they're those mouse traps. The one
They're like
that's-
plastic ones that you put a bait in it, and then they clamp down and squish their head.
Yeah. And then you can
did,
reset
Did
it.
it look like? Could you see?
It's
They were-
flattened. You
It was
can't
just
see their
flattened.
brains. Yeah.
Nothing like squirts out. It's not like the metal mouse traps. They're very
Yeah.
easy to set. You reset them like right away. You just pull the clamp down. You don't have to touch the mouse or anything.
Yep.
You just put it in a garbage bag and throw it away.
So yeah,
Okay.
it's strong enough to kill them, but it's not enough force that it like pops them open.
Oh,
Like there's
Like
like,
a cherry.
brain splattered
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Did you guys
So it's
try it
cool.
on yourselves? Does it hurt?
Why would we do that?
No, I tested it out with like a piece of paper. Like I put a paper in there.
Yeah, I went
but
to lick the peanut butter.
I will say Luna did get snapped by one because she went to go
Aw.
lick the
Aw.
peanut butter.
She done
Did
real
she
quick.
cry?
She was fine.
She didn't yell or nothing.
She feels no pain, I feel like.
I think it scared her more than anything else.
Yeah, it
well,
scared
good.
her.
So that way she doesn't touch it again.
Because the metal ones, obviously those ones hurt.
Yeah.
You know? it's a whole cartoon
The middle
trope.
ones might chop my finger off.
Dude,
And this one, because I've looked at them, I'm like, the shape looks interesting. I wonder if it would hurt.
I need to confirm this, but I think I once saw Rami's put his finger in a metal mousetrap and just snap on it
Ouch.
when we were kids.
I believe it.
Yeah, I could see him doing that.
I'll have to verify that story.
But yeah, so the first day, within an hour, we killed 2, set them up again. I think that day we killed, like after that, we killed 3 more, if I remember correctly. It's been a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
And then just like throughout the whole week, especially those first like 2 or 3 days.
No, it was that weekend because it was from Thursday to Monday. We had killed 11 mice.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It was Thursday to Monday. And then we didn't get any more mice until that Thursday.
We got like
a week
one
later.
more.
Yeah, one more.
So in total, we killed 12 mice with these traps.
12 traps, 12 mice.
Well, but it's funny because we only used half of them.
Yeah.
And really only like 2 of them were doing the main killing because there was like these 2 hot spots of where the mice would go.
Where was it?
So the one that got the most is the one we put by the laundry because they would go and hide behind the washer and dryer. So we put it like in a little crevice there and they just crawl up and snap. And then the other one was under the food shelf that they kept climbing on. Those were the 2 hot spots that we got most of them.
So dumb. They're like, peanut butter.
Oh, yeah. So then there's the only one traumatic story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, was it alive? It was moving. I don't want to hear this.
If you
Trigger
don't want
warning.
to, trigger warning if you
I'm
don't
going
want
to
to
take off my
hear.
headphones, but talk about it. Okay, I'm ready.
You should listen.
You can still hear.
Yeah.
We're talking in person.
I'll
In
just
the
go
same
like,
room.
"La, la, 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 la."
Can't do that.
Okay, I'm back. I'll listen.
So this was a Monday morning.
Yeah.
And I went downstairs maybe to feed Luna or something. And I noticed one of the mouse traps was in a completely different spot. So this mouse trap had been set up under the food shelf and it had moved like
Across
10
the
feet,
room.
like across the room 10 feet next to like the dishwasher, which is another popular spot where they like to hide. So I took a picture and I went to Oscar and I was like, did you put this mouse trap here? Like next to the dishwasher? I was like, maybe he's trying to get them more directly.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I didn't move it. And I was like, well, how did it get there? So then we both went downstairs and he grabs the mouse trap and there was a mouse still attached to it. It had its leg in there. So the mouse was alive and like it had one leg clamped and its tail's like flinging around like a helicopter and the
It's
mouse
trying to run away.
had its front paws open. So it was trying to run away.
Oh, no.
And I was like, well, we have to kill it. Like its legs for sure broken. We have to figure out a way to kill it. And we didn't know what to do at first because I was like, do we go smash it with something? Like, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
Do we put it in a bag and like whack it? And like, I don't think I can do that. Also, if I let it go of the clamp, it might run away still because it has 3 good legs.
So
I brainstormed. I had like a brain blast moment like Jimmy Neutron. And I was like, I'll just put a second trap next to it and it'll crawl into it. And Oscar was like, that's not going to work. It knows that it's a trap. Like it's not going to go towards the peanut butter. Sure enough, I put another trap next to it and it starts crawling towards the peanut butter.
Dumb as hell.
And then it clamps shut on it. And we both looked away. We didn't watch the clamp happen.
Yeah, we didn't watch it shut.
Yeah, but then we looked back and then its head was squished and its tail is still flinging around like crazy. And I was like, oh my God, it's still alive. And then after like 2 minutes, it stopped moving.
Dang.
Oh my gosh. No, he was just like, I know what's going to happen.
This will put me out of my suffering.
But yeah.
As I crawled over like my last meal. Peanut butter. And then boom.
Can't complain.
Probably looked back at you guys like, how could you?
R.I.P.
No, this mouse is dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Also,
Like,
how do you get
peanut
how do you get your foot in the, what was it, trying to dip its toes into it?
That was one of the traps that did the main killing. So I was like, maybe it's not as sensitive anymore and we need to like start putting a new one there.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly. I wish I had a video that saw what happened.
It wasn't a great way to start the morning.
No, it was a bad start to Monday morning.
Yeah.
I do have a video of it if anyone wants to see when it's in both of the clamps
No, I don't
with the
want
tail
to.
flinging
Crazy.
around.
You guys are like Jigsaw over here playing games
Yeah,
with it.
that time I felt really evil because I was like, I directly killed this mouse right now by putting this trap there.
I will say I was surprised that Sam wanted to record it. I'm like, it's one thing that we have to watch it,
Yeah.
but now you can rewatch
It's
it.
memorialized.
Psychotic.
It's right here.
Psychotic.
You want to see it, David?
I think you showed us yesterday, but I will watch it again.
I showed it to you?
I think last night you showed.
Yeah, we
You
were
showed
talking
us.
about it last night.
Oh, dang. I don't remember that.
Dang, Sam, what happened? The helicopter's crazy, dude.
Are you sure I showed that to you? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think you did.
We at least talked about it. I don't know if you pulled out the video.
I swear I was like, y'all gotta see this. Dude, but the helicopter's still crazy.
Yeah, I was at work and then I forgot about it and then I remembered and I told my coworker about it and I'm like, damn, I just ruined my day by bringing this story up.
Ugh. Yeah, that one was bad.
Yeah.
Wait, so the traps are like you just unclip it, put the mouse in the trash, and you can reuse the trap?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, because I would put them like in Luna's poop bag, tie it up
Mhm.
and toss it.
Nice.
Yeah. We would take them out to the dumpster, not to our inside trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a crazy weekend and week. We still have the traps out there,
Mhm.
but I haven't caught anything
Yeah.
since that
Good.
time.
That's good.
And we did buy the bait poison
Mhm.
thing,
Mhm.
but I haven't set it up yet. But
Right. They haven't came back.
yeah, but I still plan to set it up probably outside so they don't come in.
The positive of this entire situation is it forced us to do spring cleaning.
Yeah.
Right.
We literally cleaned our entire kitchen and just threw a ton of things out.
Yeah, I had some really expired stuff.
They probably love that.
Yeah, and I bought new containers for our shelf that have lids on them. So that's
Yeah.
nice.
Now when I go in the kitchen, I feel so good because I'm like, oh, I don't have a bunch of clutter. I actually have a ton of empty space to put things on.
Yeah, but
It's
we
better
do
organized.
need to finish cleaning. There's still a bunch of stuff on the floor that like
Yeah.
we need to wash.
We'll get there.
Yeah, so it was time consuming to clean the kitchen. We took a whole Sunday to clean it. And you came over and saw. You saw the mouse poop. It was crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah, because we cleaned from like when we woke up. I stopped probably at like 6 and Sam was still cleaning till like 8 or 9.
Oh
Dang.
my gosh.
Yeah, so I was like, I can't edit the pod today. I need someone else to do it, or the episode's not coming out this week.
Well, I'm glad it's better and you guys feel better and you can sleep better at night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't have trouble sleeping.
I would have.
It just, the house smelled like pee and poop everywhere.
I
Okay,
was
yeah.
having mouse nightmares in the midst of all the clamping.
Like that they would be like crawling on your bed or something.
No,
Crawling in my mouth.
there was I had ask her.
And then she clamps it like the trap.
No, I just had a dream that there was like a bunch of them in the kitchen, like a mob, and they were like different sizes and different colors.
Hey, what are you
Ratatouille
doing here?
moment.
They were like, yeah, that was like Ratatouille style. Like the one really big mouse
Yeah.
too. Like he was there.
You know, I brought up Coraline earlier. We should have made a circus with them, put on a performance.
The
Makes-
mice.
Make
Yeah.
some money.
They didn't want to go for the humane traps, so we couldn't do that if we wanted to.
Yeah.
We had to kill them. We had no choice.
Mhm.
They did this to themselves.
Mhm.
They were living
They
here
forced
without
us.
paying rent.
They were.
And it's warming up. What do they need to be inside for?
Mhm.
Have a hot
Mhm.
girl summer out there. Stay out.
Exactly. And I haven't seen any new mouse poop, so
Yeah. Neither have I.
so it's good.
Good signs. Good
Yeah.
signs.
Yep.
Hopefully, what if one got clamped but like made it out? Did you ever find a clamped one with no mouse in it?
Yeah, I think there was a
Yeah.
few that shot.
Maybe one
They cleared out.
got
the
like
food.
nipped on the tail and they're like, guys, chill out. This house is coming after
We were
us.
getting worried that they figured out how to get the peanut butter out
Without
without getting
Setting it off?
clamped. Yeah.
There was one clamp that I know I put peanut butter in, and then I was like, I'm surprised this one hasn't caught anything because it was near the dishwasher.
Mhm.
And then I looked and the peanut butter was gone.
Yo.
So I was
Like
like,
clean.
what happened here?
You're smart.
But I don't know what happened. So whatever.
Yeah. I mean, we have 2 right now, fully loaded with peanut butter, and they haven't been touched.
fully
Yeah.
loaded.
On the
Yeah.
hot spots.
Yeah.
That's our mouse saga. And hopefully that's the
Hopefully-
last
yeah,
chapter.
coming to an end.
Hope so. So this morning, Luna woke me up at 7:30 because she has to go pee and poop every
Aw,
morning.
she's a baby.
And I start walking down the steps, and for whatever reason, Luna likes to wait until I'm like halfway down the steps
Mhm.
before she starts running down the steps, and she'll run
Zooms.
past you. So,
Maybe she's like, I'll give you a head start. And
Yeah,
then she's like, I
it's
still won.
It's like a race.
so I'm like walking down, and I'm lifting up my left leg, and Luna zooms past me and hits my right leg, and it knocks me like. Pushes it hard enough that I slip down the steps, and like I'm like sliding down the steps, like my shoulders bumping down, and I'm like, Luna, what the hell?
Yeah, I heard it. I just hear like a big crash and an Oscar scream.
And she gets to the bottom and looks at me like, what did I do? And I had like my shirt around my shoulder. I just grabbed it and I smacked her with it.
Like,
She's like, what was that for?
He fell down the stairs.
But I was so mad. I'm like, oh, I don't even want to take you out, but I know you gotta pee and poop.
She's like, it's not my fault. You don't know how to walk down the stairs.
She's like, I gave you a head start and you fell. Come on.
Well, when I came up, she was like looking at me. I was like, come on, vámonos, sube. But she wouldn't move. So I was like, let me just start moving. And you know how you have that gate there?
Yeah.
The entrance is like really tiny.
Yeah.
She literally waits for me to like be halfway in that entrance. And she like comes and pushes me out and goes in. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
She's so bad.
And the thing is, like, that's the only time I've ever fallen down the steps.
I think 3 out of the 4 of us have fallen down the steps.
Yeah.
David, you are next.
Oh, I haven't yet?
I don't think so.
I hope not.
I'm gonna push,
But
I'm pushing
Luna-
down the
I
stairs.
fell, Marisol fell once, and Oscar
Yeah.
fell today.
Wait, when'd you fall?
It was, I don't
A
know,
while
like
back.
a year ago at this point.
She was like, I just fell.
I just remember when Marisol fell. I had to
Dude.
be like one of the first podcasts we were recording.
I think so.
Because me and David were still up on the loft drinking,
Mhm.
and then we just hear, ah, boom. And we're like, are you okay? And we're like, we're not coming down.
It's like we're chilling. And
Yeah.
then she was broken for a
She was
little
like,
bit.
Yeah, I hurt
Oh.
my. Well, I don't know if I hurt my back. No, I hurt my back because of that. My back was inflamed. Is what they told me.
It was because you fell funny, right? Like because of your
Yeah,
boots or
because my
something?
boots got stuck behind.
Your like legs were pinned behind
Yeah.
you.
Oh.
So I couldn't even stop myself.
Yeah, I think that's why I controlled my anger this morning was because I didn't like seriously hurt myself. I was like, yeah, I bumped my shoulders, but it didn't cause any injuries. Like
Right.
5 minutes, the pain was gone.
Are you sure you still weren't drunk from last night?
I was not drunk. I didn't drink as much as Sam.
Wow.
Dang,
Borracha.
Sam had a night.
Yeah, how
Okay.
was last night?
It was a
Last
chill
fun.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Did you guys go crazy, go stupid?
No.
No.
Not really.
I think we went a very good level.
Even though I was very drunk, I still didn't go crazy, go stupid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No.
Because we all met up here, you know, me and Sam obviously, but David and Yauska met here too. Sam and David had a drink before we left. We went to Seven Sons.
Had 2 drinks
Yeah,
there.
had 2 drinks there. Hung out with the bartender.
Went to Ducentos.
Yeah.
So I had another drink
Had a
there.
drink there.
Oh, I remember this when I was in the bathroom. I went up to the urinal and this guy comes up to me. He's like, "Can I pee with you?"
What?
And I look over and it's this guy we know, Ben. I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Dude, you scared me." Like I was about to say, "Just take the urinal. I don't want it anymore."
It's all yours, bucko. But then he came out and we were just talking about something. And then he comes behind me too and grabs my shoulders like, "Is this seat taken?" I was like, "What the heck?" I was like, "Oh shit, Ben, what up?" So that was a nice little cameo he made, an
Yeah.
appearance.
And then after DeSantos, we went to the Go-Go.
And I had 2 more drinks there.
Damn.
I was only planning to get 1 drink at the Go-Go, but then Yauska was like, should we get another? And I was like,
Yeah, Yauska can drink.
I was about to say no, and then I was like, well, she's gonna get one regardless, so okay, I'll get one.
Mhm.
And that, I think that's the
That's
one that put
what-
me
that's
over the
what
edge.
it
was.
I swear,
Yeah.
that's the one that put me over the edge.
She roofied you.
So yeah, it wasn't a crazy night, but it was a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Cause then after we came back and we whipped up 8 hot dogs. Every
Mm.
person
I
had
saw.
2.
The kimchi dog was so good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
Sam's
crunch.
like, last time I put kimchi, it didn't work because the kimchi was cold. So heat up my kimchi, put it in the microwave for 10 seconds, and she was like, busting.
It was a little better when it was heated up.
It looks good from the picture.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some good dogs.
I wanted Ross to stay here so that we could tell him about kimchi dogs because he likes sauerkraut hot dogs.
Oh yeah, he saw the picture and he brought it up to me.
It's like, it's
He's
no
like, I want a
sauerkraut though.
kimchi dog.
Yeah, I ended up meeting one of my friends from the running club. It was his birthday on Wednesday, so him and his group were out celebrating. But I felt kind of dumb when I was texting him because I was like, "Hey, where you at?" He's like, "I'm at this other bar. I'm about to head over soon." And then he texted me when he was there. He's like, "I'm here, baby." And then I'm like, "All right."
You texted him that?
No, he texted me that.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, all right, I'll see you soon, honey. And he's like, honey, question mark. And I was like, too far. I was trying to match the vibe.
BB.
But nah, he was cool.
Did he say anything about it when you found him?
No,
Yeah.
he didn't. I was like,
That's
I'm so
so funny.
sorry about that. He just completely ignored me and just was like, what's up?
But he texted you, baby. I almost
Yeah.
feel like that's worse.
Well,
I
he
wonder
put-
if
It was
he
a
put
BB.
Yeah, he
like
put
the letter
BB.
B.
But even
still,
that's like
Even then.
yeah.
I wonder if he meant to like send it to someone else.
No.
it was a very like message for
Yeah.
you, right?
Like, because I was like, hey, let me know when you're here. And he's like, hey, I'm here.
BB,
Yeah.
BB Queen.
No, he was like, yeah, he's like, you're one of the real ones. Like, because we there was a group of 4 of us that were hanging out on Thursday.
Mhm.
And he's like, the other 2 guys live right down the street too. And they didn't come. Like, he's like, you're a real one for that. But no, yeah, it was a fun night.
Mhm.
I mean, I didn't go to bed till like 4, but good time.
Yeah.
At least it was Friday.
Yeah.
I think now that we've been going out more on Fridays, I'm like, yeah, it's way better to go out on Friday than Saturday.
Because then you still have 2 days of weekend
Yeah.
left.
Shit, I'm all about it.
Even if you're hungover on Saturday, you still got Sunday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
To
It's the
just be
best. Sucks when you're hungover Sunday and you're like, I gotta work tomorrow and I was
Yeah.
hungover all day today. This is a ripoff.
It's a
How
wasted
sad.
weekend.
I did when I woke up. I was like, I really just want to go to Mecha and get pho, but I know we're going out to eat for
Right.
the pod.
That would
I
have been
thought
good.
about going
To
there.
heal.
Yeah.
Have you been to that place yet?
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so we've all gone because I was thinking like maybe one day hit it up for the pod, but
We still should
It's
hit
so
it up for the
good.
pod
Did you
because
guys
it's so good.
have the fried rice kimchi?
Mm-mm.
No.
no.
So fucking good. I had it and it was so fucking good, and I had a lot left over. So when I did reheat it up too, it was still so good.
Nice.
I had tonkatsu. So good.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
had
the
that too.
tonkatsu.
The little spicy that they have. But yeah, they have a lot of like a lot of ramen options and a decent like pretty
like-
good amount of pho too. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually went twice. Once on Saturday last week and then once on Sunday last week.
wait, back to back days?
Yeah.
The server's like, have you guys been here before? And she's like, yeah, I was here yesterday.
She's like,
They're
oh
like,
wait,
great.
But yeah, the first day I just went by myself. I sat at the bar. I got a tonkatsu. Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite ramen I've had from a restaurant, actually. So
good.
I'm definitely down to go back. But then the next day, my mom was in town because she was helping Bella move out of the dorm. She's picking her up. And so we wanted to eat. And I was like, we should go to this place because I just went yesterday and it's incredible.
Mhm.
What I had was really good, but they had so many stuff on their menu that I want to try
Like
still.
keep trying more stuff. Yeah.
So we went again and we got their gyoza. We got their smash burger bao bun that was a special.
Mm-hmm.
Some wings. My mom got pho.
Damn.
Bella and Oscar got ramen, and I got some eel hand rolls.
Yeah, we got a lot of food.
Ooh, like the cones.
So they weren't like cones. It was like a really long, almost like a sushi roll, but it wasn't cut up, and it was wrapped in seaweed. It was like
Like on the
the
outside.
seaweed was like a tortilla, and then
Okay.
it had rice and the eel on top,
Dude, that sounds really good.
and it was really good.
When we went, they said on Mondays they were having a promotion where the appetizers were like half off or something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on there since it's
Mhm.
like
It's
a
right
cool
there.
location, the White Castle.
Yeah.
Old White Castle.
It's
And
so
the inside
close.
looks so pretty.
They've done it up so nice. It's a
Mhm.
cool vibe, and they had sake on tap too. So like the same where they
Shit.
have their beers.
Oh,
Yeah.
They had
I
like the
saw
sake
that.
and just have that with some ramen.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was tasty.
Nice.
Yeah, I went their opening day because they're having the promotion where it was like get a free entree if you're one of the first 100. And this was like 3 p.m. probably, and I was like, oh, they definitely sold out. But since it was so new, I don't think people really had heard about it. So I called ahead and they're like, oh yeah, we'll hook you up. And so I went and got a free ramen, got the sake. If the free one was good, I can't wait to try all their other ones.
Well, we can all agree it's a great place to go out to eat.
Yeah, I will be going back all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's walking
Mhm.
distance from us.
And it's just so convenient, like the other pho places when we need to recover.
Yes.
Yeah,
You have
we
to
have
like
to drive.
actively drive over.
615
Basically.
is good, but it's so far. I have to
Mhm.
drive there, and then I have to like be hungover in a car.
Yeah.
Like,
Ugh.
versus like an outdoor walk. That's a good hangover.
Yeah.
Get some
cure,
fresh
is, like, being
air,
outside in
Get
the
some
fresh air.
steps. Yeah.
I think one time Emma took me to 615 and threw up in the car on the way there because I was
You're so
hungover.
sick.
No, maybe I didn't. Maybe I did.
You were like fighting for your life though.
Yeah, I definitely had a plastic bag with me. And now I don't have to deal with that because I'll just walk to Mecha.
Mm-hmm.
So today I did have a few topics that I want to bring up, kind of see your guys' opinions. So hopefully you can answer this as well, David, just because your work is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But what are some things that annoy you at work? Like specifically at work, maybe you don't experience it at home as much.
Oh, well, one thing that I can think of right now is since I work at a hospital, I work with patients, so we always have to make sure we're careful whenever we talk about a patient, because HIPAA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I enter a room, every time there's family there at bedside, I always say like, "Oh, are you family?" And sometimes they'll be like, "Yes." Like, "Yes, we're family." But in my head, I'm like, I would think you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm her husband."
Yeah,
or I'm her
you say
brother.
the relationship.
So it's always weird when they go like, "Yes," but they don't follow it with like, "I'm her husband, I'm her daughter," blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, because then I have to be like, are you
Like, what's your relationship?
Yeah, like, are you her husband? Because sometimes I'll say that and they're like, "No, I'm her son." And then I feel bad because I've done it also to women where I'm like, "Oh, are you his wife?" And she'll be like, "No, I'm his daughter." And I'm like, "Oh God, I just called you old." So it's always so weird. I'm like, it's my one pet peeve, but I get it all the time.
Is it because you're only allowed to say certain things in front of the spouse?
Yeah. So if it's like friends or something, I always ask the patient, like, "Is it okay if I talk with your friends, or can we ask them to step out?"
Okay.
But if it's like a husband or wife, I know that they're normally okay with
Yeah.
us talking in front of them.
But if it's a child?
If it's a child, I mean, they gotta stay in the room if it's a child.
Well, I meant like in that instance where it's the son that you thought was the husband, do they leave?
Normally I always go like, "Is it okay to talk in front of like your son?" And they'll say yeah. If it's like children or spouses, like it's normally okay. They're okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's normally when like friends are near, they kind of ask them to like step out before I talk. But yeah, they're like, "Yes, we're family." I'm like,
And they gotta guess.
"What are you?"
For me, first thing that popped to my head is when the client is rude to me or my team.
Yeah.
Because that's happened recently a couple of times, and I'm just like, "Nah, you're just making me angry. Like, we're in an office setting. Why are you being rude?"
Yeah.
What have they what has happened?
It's just like the way they say things sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, give you
and it'll be
attitude?
like, because we're auditing them.
Like,
and
why
so
isn't this done?
we're requesting support. Yeah. And they'll be like, "Why didn't you ask for this earlier?" And it's like, well, I mean, we're working on a million things at the same time. You gave us some of the stuff late. Like, so that's what I said. And they're like, "No, it's still unacceptable. We gave you this with ample time. Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, we're disappointed in you." And like,
What?
I'm the manager
Damn.
and I
Yeah.
have to take it because like I'm the team leader and I'm just like,
Mhm.
okay, we'll just be better moving forward. Like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, I get it. You're totally right. Like, we'll keep that in mind moving forward and make sure we're having this more timely. And like, you just take it, but it's just like, that's so annoying.
Also to say like, "I'm disappointed in you." I'm like, "What are you, my dad?"
Literally, they said like, "I'm just disappointed in you guys." And we were like, okay. It was partly my team's fault, but it's like not my fault directly.
Yeah.
But I just have to take it as my
Yeah.
fault. Like, I
Yeah.
take it personally.
Right.
I'm so easy at brushing things off just because I work with so many human beings.
Yeah.
But sometimes I get told like I'm gonna get sued, and I'm like, okay.
Okay.
'Cause
You're gonna sue me specifically?
Yeah, I had this homeless guy, and he was upset because I wasn't gonna get him a cab to like go somewhere, or the place that he wanted to go was too far away that the cab wasn't gonna take him. And I was like, "I can give you a bus pass." And he was like, "No, fuck this shit, blah, blah. You'll be hearing from my lawyer." I was like, "Okay, bro." I literally said, I was like, you're gonna pay for a lawyer, but you can't pay for your cab. I was like, "I'll leave the bus pass." And like left.
Yeah. See, I feel like at your job, you probably have rude people every day.
Yeah.
But at
Yeah.
my job, it's very rare for someone to be rude. So when it does happen, it's like,
What the
you
heck?
ruined my day.
Yeah, I'm so used to it. I just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Because you work with a lot of people who are probably like in more like crisis mode too. So
Yeah,
it's like,
so I can see how sometimes why they would be upset, but sometimes you kind of just have to tell them like, "You know what? I see you're frustrated. I get it. Let me come back so you can get some time to like relax, and then I'll come back and we can have a conversation.
Right.
But after and normally I'm like calm with it because I'm so used to it. But as soon as I leave, my hands are like shaking.
Yeah.
But I never show weakness at work.
Right. See, with my job, we do a lot of administrative processes, and mistakes happen. And one of the things that really annoys me is when we have a meeting, especially if we have like a meeting with someone that's like in a different location, and they get held up on, well, whose fault is this? Who did this? And it's like, we already figured out why the problem happened. Why does it matter who specifically? Like, why do we have to blame someone? Mm-hmm. Like, let's just move on, fix it, and prevent it from happening. It's like, that's what really matters, not it was your fault specifically. Like, because we'll talk about it for like 10, 15 minutes, and then finally some manager will step in like, all right, guys, let's just move on. And I'm like, what a waste of a meeting.
Yeah.
Like, this could have been a 10-minute meeting, and we were here for half an hour.
And it's like, even if you find out who's to blame, like, what does that change?
Yeah.
Right.
Are you gonna fire them?
No.
Right.
I agree.
What about you, David?
Well, with the nice weather that's been going on, the idiots are out. Just within the last 2 days, I think, I almost got T-boned.
Oh.
One was literally, thank goodness, I was going at whatever speed I was going at. It was like a residential area, but it was like a intersection. And I had the green light, so I was about to turn left. And this car comes zooming past, like runs the red light, like 35 miles per hour, like totally would have rocked me.
Yeah.
So if I was 2 seconds earlier to that light, I would have gotten destroyed.
No.
I stopped. I look over, and like the car that was at the red light, that was behind the car that ran the red light, looked at me like, what the fuck just happened? I was like, dude, I'm shook. And then yesterday I was on the main street and someone was coming out of an alley, but instead of like stopping and looking, they just like were going like full 25 mile per hour speed. If I was 3 seconds earlier, I would have also gotten T-boned there. I was like, oh, this is so annoying. Or I would have hit them, and then I would have been at fault, and it would have been like corny. That is probably the most annoying thing. As we all know, Columbus drivers are
not good.
Not good.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just annoying to be like, even if I'm doing everything right, because I try to be as safe as possible.
You can't control other people.
You're sharing the road with literally anybody who can get a license. So.
Or the Kia boys that steal the cars.
True, yeah.
It's crazy because we hear about that all the time here, but I'll talk to people from other places and they're like, what's a Kia boy? Like, who's that?
Like, you've been spared.
Yeah.
Like, you're lucky you don't know what the Kia boys is.
Right.
Wait, is that like the kids that have been stealing Kias?
Yeah.
I always see, every time I see a Kia, I always see the thing on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Which I feel so bad. I'm like, that's going to be so annoying to like put on every time you have to leave your car.
Like, there's someone that parks like by our house who does it.
Yeah.
And it's like a newer Kia. I'm like, are the newer Kias also susceptible to this thing?
No, but people don't know that it's only specific models.
So they'll try to break in.
Try to break into it, yeah.
Oh, that's
and also,
so annoying.
Yeah.
Why would you? I don't know. I guess this would kind of push me away from buying a Kia.
Oh, 100%,
dude.
Even if the newer models like
are
you
cool.
can't do it.
Yeah, and insurance companies charge way more now.
Yeah.
That's
Kia.
so
Sucks.
annoying.
Because I have a friend, he just got either a 22 or 23 Kia, and someone broke into his car and like pulled off the like plastic where all the cables are. And he's like,
they couldn't do it.
Yeah, they can't jump this one. He's like, so now I have to fix this piece of plastic for whatever, $300 just because they wanted to rob my car. And they like smashed his
window.
Yeah.
I would almost put a little sign, be like, this is the newer model. It's not going to work. So just
Don't
leave
waste
it
your
alone.
time.
They're
Yeah.
not going to read it. They're just going to be like, boop.
Yeah. So that's how you get the lock,
Yeah.
the steering wheel lock.
Because then it's like, it's not
They'll
worth
see
the
it
trouble.
and they'll be like, yeah.
I wonder if they're going to run out of business.
I feel like Kia for a minute was like struggling at first when they had them ugly hamster cars.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they just started picking up, and then this just sealed the deal.
Well, they started having like cooler models. And
Yeah,
just a
the newer
cute
ones are
ass
like-
car.
I had a Kia as a rental car once. It was really nice.
I like their
Yeah.
new logo too. It looks cool. Yeah, I mean, but hate
And
to
their
see
logo's cooler, I think, now.
it. Yeah, they updated it.
So another question I had, and Marisol kind of brushed on it a little, is there things at work that you just choose to not let it annoy you? Like this week at work, there was some disagreement between like me and my other leads versus like the supervisors. Like there was tension, and we get into this meeting, And some people are just so heated and they're just like yelling back and forth. And I'm
Damn.
like, I'm just sitting there like, what are we doing?
And this is at work. They're yelling.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
That's
that. That's
crazy.
because like we're very civilized in my offices.
Yeah. And I'm just like, look, I get that we're upset about what happened, but we got to move on. Like we got work to do because it was on our busiest day, you know, on the busiest day, we just got to work and get things done. And I'm like, let's just finish up the day and we can talk about it once the important stuff is out. And the rest of the day, I could tell like people were just kind of in a bad mood. And for me, I'm like, what's the point? What's the point of being mad? Like, this is a job. At the end of the day, I just want to go home.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as I'm out the door, brain's off, like for work wise. And so I realized I'm pretty chill at work. It's very hard to annoy me at work. And other people aren't like that.
I have a few things at work like that. Just I'm like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, I'm just a girl. Or I always say like, I just work here.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just don't. Yeah, I feel like I'm the same. As soon as I leave work, I don't think about it. At the end of the day, it's just a job.
Yeah.
You know, if I hate my life, I'll just find another job.
Exactly.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I can't think of anything, but it's also because I don't get annoyed at work.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I know what I have to go in and do, and
Yeah.
people I work with are generally nice, except for that one occasion.
Yeah. Telling the clients.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're always meeting different people.
Yeah. And like, I mean, definitely all the people from my company I work with, I know pretty well. So we're like friends. And then even most of my clients are usually very nice. So I can't think of anything that it's like, don't let it bother you. Because there's not much bothers me, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Like for me, I don't like getting mad in general because whenever I get mad, I get a headache. And so at work, I'm like, there's no point in getting mad about anything.
Because you're just going to hate being there if your head's throbbing.
Yeah, because now I'm mad. Now my head hurts. And now I'm even like more upset because of that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way too, where it's like sometimes I'll be like in a restaurant and they're like mad busy and I'm just like there chilling. Yeah, it might take like longer than expected, but I'm like, me getting upset or like being visibly upset
it's not gonna
only like makes me look like, I don't know, dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Like the restaurant
help you anyway.
They're gonna keep cooking it at their own pace or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I'll see some dashers who like
they be aggressive,
like mad, and then I've heard people from restaurants like, why are dashers like so mean? And I'm like, mean? I think I'm always like nice as hell. I try to be, but I could see where they're just like, give me my stuff so I can leave.
Yeah,
and it's just.
They like come up and they're like holding their phone and they're pointing at it.
in your face.
Yeah.
And they like cut everyone and they just go right to the front holding up their phone and they're like, excuse me, sir, don't you see a line? Please step to the back.
Yeah, sometimes you do have to be like that at the freaking Chick-fil-A when it's buzzing. You gotta just be like, excuse me, do you guys have Henrietta back there?
Yeah.
I made the mistake of going to Wingstop on 420. Unrelated to 420, it just happened to be that day and it was chaos, like utter chaos. There was like 20 people inside that little store. Half of them were dashers and half of them were normal people just trying to get their food.
Right.
And they were going slow as hell. They only had like 3 workers.
Oh no.
It was
should have known better.
It's 420. Y'all should have had more
like
help today.
Yeah.
And it's a bottleneck because they don't even go at the front register. Did you have to pick up from that little side window?
Yeah.
So everyone's just around this little window.
Yes,
like,
literally. And then all the dashers are up there trying to get their orders. And I'm like, they don't have it. Let the normal people ask because we're going to eat it right now. But I don't know. It was chaos. I was in there for like 45 minutes just for 10 boneless mild wings.
I feel like.
And when I got them, they barely had any sauce on them.
Ooh.
Oh. Annoying.
I feel like some of the most chill dashers are the ones that are on the phone all day because they'll like walk in and they'll just be talking on the phone.
Oh,
they love being on the phone, dude.
Yeah.
Because they're like, their day doesn't feel like wasted waiting because at least they're having conversations with people.
Yeah.
But that still also boggles my mind. Just like sometimes I'll go into a restaurant, go into the bathroom, and the person's on the toilet. Full blast conversation. Foreign language. I don't know what they're talking, but
I've seen that once. Not at a dasher. I think it was actually at an office, and it was like one of the cleaning people was like in the bathroom just talking on the phone.
Dude, when that happens, or like when they're at the urinal or
at the urinal on the phone.
They'll be on the phone, and I'm like, dang, they're taking their time because they're on the phone. I just want to pee, but I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna go in the stall. I try to pee extra hard so that whoever's on the other end of the line can hear that, oh, they're in the bathroom. Someone's peeing hard in the back.
Yeah.
The other day, I saw a DoorDasher and he had like the trucker like headphones on, and it had the little speaker
No way.
thing. Yeah.
Oh shit.
He's
I was
official.
Like,
Means
damn.
business.
Dude,
He's taking orders.
a ham radio.
Mhm.
He's literally like a customer service rep at the same time
Yeah.
as DoorDash.
I'm sorry, sir. We cannot refund your order.
Click. Yeah, I'm here to pick up order for David.
Right.
Fun thing happened this week. I was at my office and we ordered lunch. We got Roots. And I opened up my Snapchat as I'm about to eat, and it's David at Roots because he was dashing. And then the next snap was, I think I just dropped off your order.
Oh.
It's funny because I went to go drop it off and I was like, oh, like this is the area where Sam says like her office is located. And then the person who came to pick it up had like a lanyard of the company. And I was like, also in the bag, right on top, the first bowl, it said Sam. I was like, how funny would it be though? And then I think it probably was.
Yeah, it was because we were the only team that ordered in that day, especially ordered in Roots,
Right.
which is like the salad place.
It always looks really good. I have to try that place.
Yeah.
How funny would it have been if you were like, hey, is Sam here today? After you saw her company.
Yeah, I was going to say something, but then I always feel weird too because I'm like, I was gonna be like, oh, do you work with,
Yeah.
Sam? And they're like, oh yeah, that's my manager. I would be like, tell her I said what's up. But then I feel weird because then the person who ordered is probably like, they know them. Do I have to tip them better or something? And so I'm like, I'm just not gonna
No,
Yeah.
rope them in.
I mean, we use the company card anyways.
Right.
And I will say my coworker that had done the order, after I told her that you were my cousin while we were eating, she's like, I wish I knew. I would have given him a bigger tip.
Damn, tell her to go back and fix it.
But yeah, it was funny because I was like eating with the team and I told them all, I was like, my cousin just dropped off our DoorDash order. And they were like,
Like,
what?
what?
That's crazy. I was like, yeah.
I was like, what if I was just like, yo, you work with Sam? Yeah. Tell that bitch I said, what up? Tell that
Tell her
dumbass.
she dumb.
Goes back in. Our DoorDasher David says, "What's up?"
What's up, you dumbass bitch? His words, not mine. His words.
He's like, actually, can you record my voice really quick and just play this for me?
You're right.
Yeah, so that was a pretty
It's fun
like
little moment.
coincidence.
Yeah.
I was about to eat her bowl. I should have just like, you get it, it's hefty, and I'm like, damn, this is a good one, Sam. Good pick.
Yeah, the bowl I typically get, it's like a kale salad with goat cheese,
Ooh.
sweet potato, beets, actually, and it's pretty
Really?
good. Yeah, the goat cheese.
Did I have
good.
chicken too?
And chicken?
That
Yeah.
chicken looked good. That chicken,
David's
that's,
like, "Are you sure you didn't have chicken?"
I was about to.
He's
She
like,
ordered
I
with
think I
chicken.
remember tasting chicken.
I ate it all. No,
I do think it had less chicken than normal.
it wasn't me. It wasn't
Ah.
me. Shaggy. No, I would never compromise someone's food. But it is scary. I will think like even when I order sometimes, I rarely do, but I would much rather pick it up because I'm like,
Yeah.
I've brushed shoulders with some of these other dashers and I'm like,
Uh-oh.
You're like, I don't trust them.
I don't trust them. Or just like I'll be like in the waiting room with them
Yeah.
and just like I'm like I trust myself to deliver my food because I have a specific spot in my trunk. I have like
Yeah.
the bags and stuff. But some people got some dirty old cars and
Right. They put the bag and there's just cigarette butts around it.
yeah, it's just or I've seen some people who are smoking as they're dashing. I'm like,
Oh.
that's crazy. If my
that's
Chipotle
wild.
pulled up and it smelled like Marlboro
Cigarettes.
Reds, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I didn't even.
You're scaring me away from DoorDash. Not that I ever use it. I
Yeah.
always am like, I'll just go drive because I don't want to pay the
Same.
extra fees.
Same.
Oh yeah, it just
I've
never seems worth.
Only use it when I'm super drunk and I want some McDonald's.
For me, it's only if I have like a specific coupon where it's like
Yeah.
50%
Yeah.
off. It's worth it. Like it's a little upcharge, but it's way worth it.
Yeah.
And
See, a lot of times when I go pick up food, don't even go through the drive-through. Like if I go to like McDonald's, I go inside. I guess it depends on how long the line is. If there's no line, yeah, I'll go through the drive-through. But sometimes I'm like, it was quicker to just go in and get it than
Yeah.
wait through the
For
line.
sure. Especially at like a Chick-fil-A, dude.
Yes.
Even though the
Chick-fil-A.
line moves fast, but it's just being in the line.
Yeah.
When there's hella
Mhm.
cars, it's just like, blah. Whereas you go in, as long as it's
In
not
and
crazy
out.
busy inside,
Yeah.
you're out.
And the nice thing is that like they make the orders as they come in. So
Right. The only one annoying thing too was like, actually this happened yesterday. It's like just a crowd of dashers and they're only announcing like the carry out orders. And I'm like, if you just stood there and were like, who has Chloe? Who has John? Who has this? They could get us all out of there and it would be less cluttered, but whatever. Their own process, I guess. Sometimes you got to be assertive.
One more topic. I told Oscar and David about this yesterday, but this morning I had my first laser hair removal treatment.
Oh,
So
where?
that was exciting.
Where?
Ideal Image.
No, I mean like where in your body?
I was like, Ideal Image. My armpits and then my face. So like mustache, sideburns, chin, cheeks.
Well, you said this morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was actually pretty quick and it actually does hurt.
Really? From 1 to 10?
Well, so I think on my face they use less intense laser because it's my face. But she did say like it'll get more intense each time I go, and I have 8 sessions. And I guess on my face I'd say it was only like a 3. Like it wasn't bad. But when they did my armpits, on the right one it got up to like a 5.5. And on the left one it got up to like a 7.
Dang.
How long? Like how long are they doing the laser?
Like literally it took each armpit like 30 seconds.
No way.
Okay,
That's crazy.
That's not
Yeah.
Oh,
bad.
that was quick.
Maybe like a minute, but like
Yeah.
not longer than a minute on each armpit.
So like they have the laser. Does it make a sound like when it's cooking the follicles? Like,
Yeah, so it's crazy because you can smell the burning follicles.
yo, and this keratin, like burnt hair smells.
Yeah, it smells
it's
like
weird.
burnt hair.
Yeah.
You can feel it. It's like a heat. So that's why it kind of hurts because it feels kind of like a burning. But then there's like a puff of cool air after to help like soothe it. And she'll like touch it with her hand to help soothe it afterwards as well. And then they put aloe at the end.
Okay.
But it was cool. And I hope it works. I mean, it should, right?
Right.
It's a
Science.
reputable brand and I get 8 sessions and that's like, should be able to get all of the hair. I'm happy I'm doing it.
How much are you paying for it?
It's expensive. I don't remember how
Lord.
much it is. It's like a payment plan.
Okay. What's a ballpark?
Like over $1,000.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure it was over.
But think of all the money you'll save on
Right,
razors.
it's permanent.
Right, yeah, it's
wow.
permanent.
Yeah.
And my armpits, they're like a jungle, so it's worth it.
And it's like if you're gonna do it at any point in your life, if it's permanent, might as well do it earlier.
Yeah.
Sooner
And I'm
than
like,
later.
I have the disposable income. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it. But the thing that really like motivated me to do it, because I was always hesitant, but I've been thinking about it for a while, is I found out that some of my aunts have done it before, and I'm like, oh, now I know people that have done it in real life. Like now it doesn't feel as intimidating.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like $125 per session.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems
not bad.
reasonable.
It's not bad.
For 3 minutes of getting cooked.
Yeah, but it removes your
Yeah.
laser or your hair.
No.
Does it leave scarring, or like do you know if in further session it's just
yeah,
just
no.
burns it? Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you're doing both your armpits and you said your face? Okay. My main thing is just my armpits. I don't like to shave. And I would love to get my armpits and my kitty lasered hair removed.
And so I was
Get
like,
the
I'm going to
bikini.
start off with armpits and face, like visible areas. And if it goes well and I like it, maybe I'll move to the kitty or other areas.
The nether region.
But I'm still doing the Brazilian thing. That's still going well.
Yeah. It's just scary to go and get a Brazilian. Because it hurts so much. I'm just very like sensitive.
Because you start screaming in there.
I don't scream, I grunt.
I just think of the 40-year-old virgin.
Oh my gosh.
No, it was more of like,
Yeah.
it's so painful. Yeah, I would try like my armpits to get like the laser hair removed. Because I don't grow hair on my arms or my legs. So if I could just if I never had to shave, I would be so mentally happy.
It would just improve your quality of life.
Yes.
You don't have to shave your legs ever?
No, I
That's
don't grow
crazy.
hair.
Damn.
I do for sure.
Mexican.
Yeah, I don't think there's any place I would get laser hair removal, but
Your bunghole.
Yeah, what about
maybe.
your butthole?
Dude, the farts would be amplified. There'd be no resistance.
Yeah, but I'd feel so clean all the time. A clean butthole.
No
like
fear of any
like no
dingleberries.
hairy butthole is so clean.
No dingleberries.
I would consider it if I didn't think it would be weird that someone's looking at that part of my body.
They're used to it.
It's really not that weird.
Maybe if they like put me under.
Hit me with the laughing gas so you can zap my ass.
You want to go under anesthesia to get your bunghole lasered.
Yeah.
8 sessions.
It's
Bro,
crazy.
for mine it'd be 12 for sure. Time and a half on this one. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that I would.
Yeah, but you guys are
Just let it
guys.
rock,
So.
Yeah.
You don't know what we have to go through.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So, in what time span do you have all your sessions? Like, how long is it gonna be till you're done with everything?
Typically, they want you to schedule your sessions every 6 weeks. But-
Oh.
You have up to 2 years to use all of them.
Oh.
So if you can't make it every 6 weeks because something comes up, then you can like push it back. But you have to just use them all within 2 years.
Mhm. Okay.
You like zap them all in 1 week, please.
Yeah, I guess it does take some time. To,
Yeah.
They gotta grow out.
Yeah, so because they'll zap it, and then she said like within 3 or 4 weeks you'll see like the hair shedding out of there.
Whoa.
Yeah, they do every 6 weeks because you need to take time between sessions, and they'll make the laser more intense each time to get deeper.
You think it'll hurt more?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, this one already hurt. This was the first one.
The 8th one's gonna be 11 out of 10.
Yeah, but they did say that you can use like numbing cream if you want. So I was like, no, I'll probably be fine. But after the first one, I was like, I think I'm gonna get
Like
numbing
giving-
cream.
Yeah, next time.
Get an epidural.
Oh, she also said a lot of people will take like ibuprofen before going in as like preventative for the pain.
Mm.
I did that today because I was hungover, but I might just also do that going forward.
Right.
You're gonna put on the numbing pain. Like, I can't feel my pits.
Have you guys done anything exciting? David,
Yeah.
you started running.
Right.
you?
I guess. I was saying I ran a 5K yesterday. Technically,
Nice.
Ooh.
I ran 3.2 miles. I found a nice route. I think I'm gonna stick to that.
Where?
Just like around our neighborhoods, but it's I don't like running down like the main street, like
Yeah.
High
Mhm.
Street, because there's too many people.
Yeah.
But like in the other little neighboring areas, and it's just like a straight shot down one
Mhm.
street, loop around. I run along Neil, and that's cool because it's like you see people and cars driving by.
Mhm.
I could be like, they're like, yeah, that guy's running. Good for him. His form is terrible, but good for him.
Dude, running down Neil is real nice because there's so many trees, and so even
It's
when
all
it's high, it's
shaded,
all
yeah.
shade.
And then there's other people running, so you're just like, I'm like you. I'm a runner now.
No, and
Say
to all the
hi.
cars, you're like, yeah, I'm better than you because I'm
Yeah.
running.
But if they look at me, I'm over. It's tired as heck.
See, I always think that when I'm running and I see people in cars staring at me, I'm like, I wonder what they're thinking. Like,
That guy
That
thinks
per-
he's better than us.
You think you're better than me?
But yeah, the longest strip is from like Goodale and Neil, and then I go up to 5th. So that's like a nice long stretch. And then it all comes out to like 3 miles. I ran Thursday night. I was like, you know what? I need to be in somewhat condition for when we hike around on our little trip. And so let me start now. And then since I knew the weather was going to be bad, I ran yesterday, like after lunch, and it feels good. I wore the wrong shoes the first day, and my joints were like, what the heck are you doing?
Ooh.
But after wearing the right shoes, it's been nice.
Are you
nice.
sore at all?
I did wake up kind of sore today, and I was like, why? I was like, did I like fall when we were out or something yesterday? But I was like, oh, wait, no, I did run. And I feel like my body just be all up in it. So
Are you gonna join running club?
I would like to work up a little bit, and then, yeah, if I can make time for it on Thursdays, I'd go.
He's just
Probably not
doing
every
so
week.
he can go to the bars
Right.
every Thursday.
But maybe like every once in a while, just pop in, say what's up, meet some people.
I think one last topic and then we can wrap it up.
Which is your favorite toe?
No.
The tasty. I've actually asked that question in a group before. What's your favorite toe?
What?
Which toe could you live without?
Can't live without your big toe.
Everyone says pinky toe, but I think you need that for balance too.
The pinky?
I think so.
Probably.
I'd probably get rid of the middle one or the one between the middle and the pinky.
Definitely the one between the middle and the pinky.
Yeah, I feel like it's like
I think
not
that
too much lost,
It'd
you
be
know.
the least missed.
The ring finger one.
Yeah.
Would you ever, like if you lost a finger, let's say
Mhm.
your thumb, and they give you the option to put one of your toes in your thumb,
Dude.
would you do it?
No.
No.
I mean, your thumb is really important to like grab stuff.
Yeah, but I don't want to toe finger.
I don't want to have the dogs out regular. You think I want to have the dog on my hand,
Also, my toes,
blowing my nose?
aside from the big toe, I feel like the rest of the toes are so fragile.
That'd be useless as a thumb.
Like, I don't know if it'd operate well as a thumb.
I would think it would become stronger because you're
But
using it more.
It also doesn't bend the same as a thumb, you know? Like,
Yeah, that's true.
It has like an extra joint, right? The longer toes have two
I
joints.
wonder which toe they would take. Is it the?
they
No, it
probably
would-
take the one right next to the big
Yeah.
toe because it's the one that would be most thumb-like.
That would only work for like a pinky for me, you know?
You have your own.
Like my second toe as a pinky. As a thumb, I think I agree with you. It'd be weak. You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, and like it wouldn't bend right. Would it even be functional? Would they be able to attach the nerves or tendons that they need to?
You could probably still at least grip, even if it's smaller.
Would it stink more than your other fingers? Just naturally is it a
Probably
nature thing or is it
not.
just because it's in your shoe?
It's because in your sock and shoe.
Not the mine stink. Mine smell great. Come on, chill.
Okay.
Not as good as Oscar's because he washes them like
Oh, right. In between.
Yeah.
whole hand in between
Interlock.
toes.
Fingers and toes.
You guys don't?
I
That's
just
how you
use.
clean your toes, like this?
I mean, like you go.
One at a
middle.
time.
Yeah, one at a time. He
Yeah.
just goes all of
Oscar
them.
does all 5 at the same time.
Yeah.
Damn.
Or all 4 spots.
Because I have the bar of soap, I'll rub it against the bottom of my foot, and then I rub the bottom of my foot, and then go between the toes.
Ugh. I just use the estropajo. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
on the top and on the bottom, and I'm like, the suds are in there.
Wait, you don't actively
Like-
work between the toes? Sometimes I skip it, I'll be honest.
Most
It just
times I skip it.
depends.
But most of the
But from
times
time
I
to
do
time,
it.
you-
But if I'm like, I just showered yesterday, I'm not going to go in between the toes.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to work on that.
It's
Maybe.
the same thing as the soap runs down your leg.
Yeah.
No, but I'm actively scrubbing like right by it. You know, I guess I'm not scrubbing
But not
it
in
in
it.
between.
No, David's
But it's
doing
in
his thing.
between where is the
Dang.
problem.
Yeah, the in between is the stink.
The in between is where I like how it smells.
Wow. So do you clean in your belly button?
No comment.
What is the last time you cleaned your belly button, everybody?
Yesterday.
How deep do you go in there?
I just put my finger
Yeah,
in
I just
there.
put my finger
Yeah.
with soap, like.
Rim it up.
Does it make your pee pee feel funny when you play?
No.
What?
Like when you play with
When
your
you
belly
poke
button,
in your belly
it
button,
makes
you
your
feel it.
nether region feel funny.
I'm not pressing
Does
in
it?
there. I'm just
I
like,
don't know if you're cleaning it good enough then.
I use a
am.
Q-tip
I
only when
mean-
I remember. It's probably been like a month.
Well, I
That's
don't even
generous.
do what you do. That makes sense. I should start doing that.
What?
What?
Just put my finger in there. with soap?
While in the shower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
that's
what,
what
I
I
do.
do.
I don't do that.
I will like shower and then
It's
only
part
when
of-
I remember. When my body's all wet still, I'll get a Q-tip that's wet and then.
That's
Q-tip
part
it.
of like when I clean my stomach. You know, chest, stomach, belly button.
I have-
Mine is
forget to
too
go
deep.
in
Mine
there.
is too deep. I feel like.
Oh, mine's not deep like that.
So I'd have to really dig in there, and sometimes
Sometimes
Some
I
shirt
dig in there
fuzz.
and- yeah.
it'd be looking like Patrick Star.
okay,
when
mine's
he
not
hides stuff
deep
in
like that.
there. Yeah, I got a little belly.
But
so-
there's crevices in there, so
Yeah.
sometimes you get a little like treasure.
Like, some
Yeah.
dirt.
Ew.
The worst is when you see treasure and I want to get it out with the Q-tip and I can't. And I'm like, I don't want to put my fingernail in there. Ew.
There's like a fly
I
in
do.
there.
I use my finger.
I need to sometimes, and it's like, ugh.
I don't like my belly button touch. Like
It
even
just
when I have to
feels
do
funny.
it in the shower, I hate it. So the other day, I slapped Ross in the ass to get back at me. He like put me down. He put his finger in my belly
Bruh,
button for a good
swirled it
like
around.
for a good like 5 seconds, and I was like, no.
It's like what do they call it when they lick their finger and they put in your ear?
The wet
loogie.
willy.
Wet willy.
Oh,
Wet your
yeah,
belly
wet
button.
willy. is
Oh,
right.
and the belly button, the wet belly.
Oof.
Oh, I can't believe that's a thing. Like, I would feel disgusting putting my finger in someone else's ear or belly button.
Dude,
Well, he's my boyfriend, so
Well, yeah, that's different. But I just
Yeah.
mean like in school.
yeah.
I was like, yeah, people would do that. I mean, if anyone gave me a wet willy, the joke's on them because they're pulling their finger out and there's going to be hella
Wax.
earwax on that shit.
Oh my
Ew.
gosh.
What can I say? They're overactive. My earwax factory is crazy.
I've never seen
Yeah.
it done like at school or anything. I've always seen it like
It's like on
Like
shows.
siblings or
whatever.
something.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
or
Your
in
brother did it to
shows.
you?
No. He would just put Vicks in my eyes.
Yeah, we talked about that.
He did that to you?
Yeah.
That is crazy. He hated your freshman
Right.
ass. Freshman Friday.
It's probably why I have to wear glasses now.
Damn. It's possible.
It's
He broke you.
possible.
I mean, that's not helping your eyesight.
Do your siblings have glasses?
No. But my dad's side of the family all wear glasses. They have like issues with their eyes.
Oh, okay.
And that's genetic?
Yeah.
Damn. I think my dad had astigmatism. Hopefully I don't get that.
I have stigmatism on my right eye.
What does that even mean?
Just means your eye is shaped like a football. That's what
The ball itself or your retinas? Or like
no,
the
I think your
the
eye
eyeball.
shape. Yeah.
Mm.
That's why you need special like contacts, and that's why at night sometimes things may seem like blurry or like I don't know how to explain it.
dang.
Like when you see on to light,
Mhm.
like it like shines more than
Yeah.
it should.
So if you don't have astigmatism, can you develop it? Can your eyeball become the
Right.
shape of a football?
I don't think so.
Or are you just
I
born
don't
with it?
know. I don't think so.
It's just
but I could
something.
be
Then
wrong.
you're probably fine if you already don't
Yeah.
have it.
True. It's like
When's the last time you got your eyes checked?
Not this
Years.
again. Not this again.
Oh.
So I was
How
gonna
dare
say
you?
the one day
she's always
Wait,
trying to
what?
push. She's always trying to push us to find a primary care provider.
Mhm.
What?
Go see an eye doctor.
Mm.
Blah blah blah.
My eyes are fine.
Okay, whatever.
If it
Doctor
ain't broke, don't fix it.
Doctor Me says I'm good.
Doctor me. I trust your body. I'll trust mine.
I once saw a post on Reddit where this person was like, I just got my new lenses and all the lights like shine, and like they took a picture through their lenses
Mhm.
and so all the lights were like, you know, really
Mhm.
glaring or whatever. And then some of the comments were like, wait, this isn't how people normally see. And
So
so,
then
like,
they find out.
yeah, that they find out that they have this, you know,
Eye
there's something
issue.
wrong. Yeah, something wrong with
Yeah.
their eyes. And it's like, yeah, not everyone sees like this. And some
Mhm.
people didn't realize that. And I'm like,
Dumb as hell.
I mean, I guess at some point you just accept it. Like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what light looks like,
It's like-
especially at night.
All lights at night have a little halos on them.
Yeah.
And then you find out they do not.
It's probably like when you're a colorblind person first finds out they're colorblind. Like, what are you?
True.
One of
talking
my
about?
coworkers didn't find out he was colorblind until college.
What?
What color? Or wait, all colors?
Like red
And green is what
and
gets
green.
mixed
Yeah,
up, right?
yeah, red and green because it's Christmas colors.
Yeah.
So he wears a lot of blue because he can see blues.
Yeah.
And he has blue eyes, so it works out.
That's funny.
But he was like, the reason he found out he was colorblind is because he was in like a college lecture and they were talking about color blindness. And you know those like tests where they have the
Mhm.
numbers inside of a circle
Yeah.
of different colors?
Yeah.
They put one of those on the board and they're like, this is an example of like a colorblind test that like is commonly used. And if you can't read the number, then you're colorblind. And he was like, wait a minute. I don't see a number on there. And then that's how he found out he was colorblind. Like all growing up, he never knew.
Yo.
Or no one ever tested him for it.
Like, imagine someone's like, you know, I love how you're always wearing colorful shirts. And they're like, what do you mean? All my shirts are brown.
Yeah. And they're like, that's bright green.
I'm surprised he made it that far and like didn't have to run an errand where it's like, oh, pick up this green thing for me.
Blue flower, red thorns.
Yeah.
And
like
then-
Donkey and Shrek.
Comes back with the wrong one.
No, he actually came back with the right ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying if you're colorblind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's funny that he found out that way.
I
Yeah,
wonder how
wild.
he sees like traffic lights or like what he sees.
Well,
He
I
probably
mean,
just
still
learned
a-
it's like top to
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah. I don't know. I should ask.
Yeah, it's like red,
Red
light, green
is
light. Like, what
stop.
do you mean? It's just brown light, brown light.
It's just top light, yellow, bottom light.
Right. I always wonder, maybe they can, I mean, I don't know because I'm not colorblind, but
Like
can
the
they see a
shades?
little bit of the color?
Maybe it's like shades.
Yeah.
Because
I
like
don't
that could be maybe the light. Actually, yeah, that's a good question.
We need to do some research. Everybody go ask your colorblind friends if they can see a little bit of the color or like if it just looks brown.
Canon, tap in. Send us a voice message. He's colorblind, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he listens to this,
Yeah.
but
He'll hear this. He'll know.
I'll send
No.
this clip directly to him.
His spidey senses are tingling.
Did someone mention my colorblindness?
Well, I think that's enough for today's episode.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all for listening. Don't forget to leave us a voicemail. Follow us on Instagram at Eating Good Pod. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wait a minute. Actually, we might not see you next week.
Wait.
Let me look at the calendar really quick.
Can I press buttons?
Are you good?
Okay.
So we will have one more episode next week, but then we're taking a week off for Memorial Day and we'll be traveling to Peru.
Yay.
But then hopefully we're back the week after. We'll see if it slips into 2 weeks that we're gone. But
Forgive us if so. But
yeah, at least for sure there's an episode next week, and then the week after there will be a break. So that was all. Thank you all for listening. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Adios.